chaka. Doodle doodle doo. Come join me. Speak with the people. Speak at the people. Loki wants to play. Loki wants to play, everybody. Do you like the picture I found?
I do.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you know what it's from? Don't say it. Don't say it. I want other people to figure it. We ain't got nobody. We ain't got nobody.
It's typical 2801.
You're 801.
Yes, I am.
You're 801. Woo, Dalton's here. It begins. And Eric's here. There are 2 people. And they are participating. It begins. I like that. I like that.
Intensity.
All right, let's get some Craigslist up in here.
Fun of some people.
Craigslist to make it fun.
How much do you think those masks are worth now?
I just looked a little earlier.
Oh, you are.
So it'd be unfair for me to to do that. It would be unfair for me to say what I think they're up for because I know exactly what they're doing. Okay, let's get this up in here. And boop. Boop. All right, so as per usual, the very first thing we see are paintball masks. And they are still up for $10. I think at this point, this person might just be like trolling the world. I don't think they actually have these masks anymore. I think they're just trolling the internet and saying, I'm going to keep putting these up there. Then someone makes an offer on them.
This looks new.
This is new. This is quite new. It was put up yesterday, 23 hours ago specifically. There's a couple of masks here. That looks like an I4. That one right there. It looks like an HK Army. Then he's got an E-Flex bottom. Or a ProFlex. Has a ProFlex bottom.
But it looks like he has lenses, too.
And he's got some lenses in here. Those are all, I believe, I4 lenses. No, that one's an HK Army lens. Those are both I4 lenses, and that's the ProFlex lens. And then a whole bunch of parts.
Goodness gracious.
A whole bunch of parts. Random stuff here.
We need a new regulator.
We do?
I thought we needed it to fix my tank.
No, your tank's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's your gun that's broken, not your tank.
But I don't like to be reminded of my beautiful...
He's got an Angel trigger. Just a bunch of random stuff. A bunch of barrels. A bunch of more barrels.
Now, it says that he wants to get rid of all of these together, but that he would do it in smaller batches, but there's absolutely no price.
So those are all
Can I offer $1?
dozens
Are
of
we on the
items.
prices right?
Most are new in package. I just don't plan anymore to sell at my house. Would love to sell it at once, but willing to split into smaller lots. Well, email him and offer him $25 for it. See what he
I'll
says.
I'll give you 25.
That is, I believe, actually the only new thing on here, though.
Yeah.
So that this guy renewed his lease on the masks, and then that guy put that up. I think that's the only thing new. We went over this one last week, so.
At some point, when do you just say, I'm going to give this to Goodwill?
The Goodwill would not take these. Goodwill would say, get this trash out of here. That's what Goodwill would say.
Goodwill would take it.
I don't believe that they
Has
would.
Goodwill ever turned anything down?
Yes.
When?
Always. That, always. Patch, production has begun. I did indeed see your, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about. Instagram.
Instagram?
I saw your Instagram patch, or production of the patch. in process of being processed. And it looked pretty good from what I saw, but I'm looking forward to the finished product so I can actually tell you that it looks good. Because right now it might look good in its early production stages, but I won't know until it's completed. What's that?
What was our list for
What are we
our
doing with it
budget?
now?
I'm just taking back my tablet.
Oh, taking back your tab. I'm not allowed to use your tablet anymore.
You weren't using it anyway.
Test colors. How do I test colors? He wants me to test colors.
Do you want us to give you colors?
I think he means the bachelor test colors. But he doesn't need to know that I know them.
We have 4 people watching.
That's
now.
what it says, but it doesn't tell me. It only says that Dalton and Eric are the participants.
Because they're the ones that have messaged you.
Maybe that's where. That could be why. I don't know. What's a pop-out chat? What's that? Oh, it opens
just-
in a new window. Oh, snap.
Does that make you feel happy?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It kind of do. It kind of do make me feel good.
We now only have 2 watching, so we lost 2.
We lost Dalton.
Well, that's not good.
Dalton's gone.
I like Dalton.
Well, Dalton doesn't like us because he's gone.
Unless something happened with his internet.
Because he's gone, he hates us forever. That makes
You're
me sad.
dramatic.
Okay, but it still makes me sad. Regardless of my dramaticism, he left us, and I might cry. Can I cry on your shoulder?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hey, Lo.
Always.
Hi, baby. Do you want to say hi to the interwebs? Say hi, people on the line. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. What's going on? What's up? What's the word?
He's looking for something to stick in his mouth. That's on
The
your
word,
desk.
hummingbird.
He took a USB cord.
Did you take a USB cord?
Yeah, I put it in that black bucket.
Sweet. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, he's Drooly McDrollington.
Yeah. Today he had just drool all over his nose because he shook
Hey, baby.
after, he ran around the neighborhood.
Did you shake after you ran around the neighborhood? And you had drool over yourself? He has been knighted with the name of Sir Wags-a-Lot. He is the noblest but most forgotten knight of the Round Table. Oh, baby.
Hi, Berber. Hi, Berber.
Well, I don't know. Do we wait for anyone else, or do we just get going? Well, do we have anything else to talk about before we talk about being good guys? I don't know. You're no help to me.
I'm so out of it.
You're so out of what? Just it.
Can we go back to Hawaii?
I wish, man.
It was
That
so
would be
much more peaceful there.
Dalton
See,
came back.
Dalton has returned. I
Dalton
told
came
you.
back. He came back, everybody. He was gone,
We have a brilliant
but he came back.
2-business idea. I say we just go to Hawaii.
Let's just move to Hawaii.
I was much happier there.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Your hair was happier.
My hair was very happy in Hawaii.
So Hawaii was,
Hawaii-ish.
it was kind of. I felt like I was floating, because apparently islands float. That's what I'm told, right?
No, it's apparently one big tree.
It's a big tree. We've lost Dalton again.
No,
No,
Dalton's
I'm
is
confused because
right
it says
there.
2. I don't know. Dalton, are you here, or are you gone? He's gone. He's not here. He is not.
I made
here.
a friend from Johnstown while we were down there.
Congratulations.
Are you jellies?
I'm so jelly. You don't even know how jelly I am.
Hawaii understands our oldom.
It does. Everything in Hawaii shuts down
At 9.
at like the latest of 9 o'clock. Like people are asleep
Maybe 9:30.
by 9 o'clock. Like not even like they're not heading home. They're not, in bed or anything by 9. They're asleep by 9 o'clock.
It's because they get up at 4 o'clock
To go surfing. Which is terrific because we're old people and we've always been that way, and we go to bed early and we wake up early. That's the way we've always been, just like old people. So
I haven't always been like that. Teaching made me an old person.
Well, that's rude. Why didn't he invite me?
You were just there. And I think you knew that he was going to Hawaii.
I don't know that he's going. Why would I know that he's going to Hawaii?
I think he mentioned it to you, like, before we left for Hawaii.
When?
On the YouTubes. I gotta let the dog out.
But a lot of things are discussed on the YouTubes. I'm not going to remember all of that.
You went to Hawaii and you didn't invite him.
Yeah, but that's because he's little. So I got word. Actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say. I guess they're trying to spread the word, right? About Bad Company thing. She ain't listening to me. So Bad Company is hosting what are they called? The Pirates?
The Modern Day Pirates?
Modern Day Pirates event on April 27th. Teaching young kids or mentoring little kids on the game of paintball. I was requested to be there and mentor a child, and then I added you, and she was subsequently requested.
Did you add me? I thought Tim added me. It said on the page Tim added.
That's because as the moderator, he has to agree to the addition.
I was sad that he did not invite me personally.
Well, maybe it's because you're not friends with him on Facebook because you don't have a Facebook.
That could be true.
So you can only search your friends.
Your friends.
And you ain't his friend, so he can't search you.
I don't think it's necessarily teaching them. I think it's just playing against them for them to get better.
From what I understand of the ones that they've done in the past, they're basically they shadow you. So you kind of guide them through. You tell them where to go, what to do. Follow me, go here, that sort of thing. So, as far as I can tell, it really is like a mentorship. It's not just shooting against them.
But it seemed like they were gonna do some shooting against, where you're playing against them for them to get better. Like it's not.
In target practice and so on and so forth. But it's at Bad Company.
In Indiana,
in Indiana, Pennsylvania. And yes, Minion, I know you know that, but other people later may not know that. But Tim Toy is the owner, operator, founder of Bad Company. Nice guy, good paintballer. Nice field. It's small. I'm sure hopefully you guys have seen the videos I've done. The 2-man tournament was there. And then recently, Blackjack was there. So that's the only field they have. It's pretty small, but it's a nice field. It's well maintained. He puts a lot of work into it. You can tell that. And really, as I've said in the past, that's really all they need. Because mostly what he does is like birthdays and things like that. So they really only need one field.
He only did one open play last year.
No, there was more than one. We only went to one.
And there's room. He could do 2 fields, but right now he's just decided to do that one field.
He really only needs that one.
But it's a nice field. It has hyperball / speedball.
If you're out there for a birthday, you're out there for a few hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. How many fields do you really need for a birthday? Really, so that's really all they need. Well, Minion, ask him. I don't know if he needs anyone else. I also don't know like what age range or anything, experience range that he's looking for.
I think it capped at 12. I think it was like 10, maybe 10 through 13, 10 through 12.
But I think Eric's talking about being a mentor.
No, I understand him being a mentor. I'm talking about the kids there will be, I think, at the oldest 13.
Okay.
I thought that was a...
but anyway, you would have to message Tim and
just
ask
message
him.
And let him know.
Or just let him know that you're available if wanted, needed. So he says. I got nothing else for you. Dalton, I believe, will be there, who has apparently returned to us, supposedly.
I also just come along with you. So if you get invited to things, you just bring me along anyway.
What's that supposed to mean? I've been places without you.
You have. You do.
Minion and I went to a bad company last time without you.
Yeah, because I hurt myself.
Whatever, you weren't invited.
Okay.
I uninvited you, remember? Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, it happened. See, Dalton will be there.
Dalton and Tim are...
They're BFFs.
They're BFFs.
They have a bromance, which on one hand is so cute, and on the other hand, it's like, but he's so old.
He's a silver fox.
He's a silver fox.
What is...
You trying to build a dresser?
He probably has an IKEA dresser, which you know there are 8 different ways to build any IKEA piece of furniture.
Okay.
Just say it.
8 different ways. There's with instructions, without instructions.
Drunk.
Instructions at the beginning, but not the end. Instructions at the end, but not the beginning. Drunk. Sober.
Sober and extremely unhappy. Just with a hammer.
Hammer, no screwdriver. A screwdriver, no hammer.
Just an Allen wrench.
Of course, duct tape.
Super glue.
There you have it. There's your 8 ways right there.
I read it somewhere that there's 8 different ways that you can assemble any piece of IKEA furniture.
IKEA assemble!
And then you gotta figure out how to read Swedish.
Sweden. They do, on the other hand, or I guess maybe the same hand. I'm not sure which hand it's in, but I just want everyone to know they got fish.
They got fish?
They got fish. They got Swedish fish from Sweden.
Because there's no Finland.
There is no Finland. It's true. There's not. There's not even a landmass there. It's not like it's owned by another country. There's just water there. And
so it's swushing.
The sea, the area is swushing because it's half Swedish and half Russian. They're the ones that have the rights to fish there. But the type of fish that I'm talking about are Swedish fish. That's a different type of fish.
I'm sorry, yes, there's a different type of fish.
Jeez, man.
Jeez, man.
I forgot baked.
That's one of the ways to build IKEA furniture.
No, that's not a way to make IKEA furniture. You'd think it would be.
It's not.
But it's not. If you try to make IKEA furniture when you are stoned or baked or however you want to say it, you will transcend Sweden.
We did forget
You go all the way up to the North Pole. That's how transcendental you'll be above the Swedens.
We did forget very important one though.
What?
While eating Swedish meatballs.
No.
Yes.
Where are you? That's worse than his baked.
No, that's exactly what you do at IKEA.
No.
You go for the entire day, especially if you live in North Carolina, because there's only one in Charlotte.
You're not.
And you eat Swedish meatballs.
I'd go as far as to say you're incorrect.
You're incorrect.
You're incorrect.
Who's that bushy?
Okay, so the main event, or the main thing we're going to talk about today, is we're being good guys. What? I think we mentioned this last week.
Yeah.
But we're like making it the topic this week. So, A-Dog has decided officially that we are going to be on the good guys teams all this year, except for 2 specifically events that we know of. And that's because we're already established on the bad team. So the one is obviously Ion, and the other one, which you could make an argument for it actually being the good guys, is Atlas. This year it's Atlas Control, Slaughterhouse Paintball. But it's a continuation of last year, and last year we were on Atlas teams. So this year we have to be on Atlas's team as well. But officially, according to the lore that Xavier has written, there is no really good team and bad team. They both are ups and downs and rights and wrongs. But, like, reading the descriptions, Atlas is really the bad guys, which is why we chose them to begin with. So other than that, we will be good guys this year. We were forced into being good guys for Nazi zombies last year. We were unhappy about it overall, but I mean we won, so there's that. But we would have won, and the only reason that the good guys won is because we were on their team. Bad guys would have won if we were on the bad guy team, right?
Yeah. Considering that Jason, I think we were his only team. Like his only actual team.
That happens a lot, I find. Why is it that we're always the only team on one of the teams? Not always, but I feel like it's quite often that we're like, we were the only team on that team.
Because we had to, support.
I don't know, but anyway, so for this year, we will be the good guys. So, what do we have first?
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. So we will be the Americans for that. I have 4 notifications. Holy crap.
You're a very popular person. Popular. Gonna make you popular.
No, that's not all the words. That's not even almost the
yes,
words.
it is.
No, it really isn't.
You know what? Don't say that I do not know my hero. Because I do.
Okay, but the words are popular. You're gonna be popular.
I'll sing it over. Isn't it gonna make you?
No.
Just anyway.
You're gonna be popular.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr.
I'll
Wicked.
teach you the proper poise, how to talk to boys, how to flirt and glance. Ooh. Come on now. Come on.
Can I tell them why we've decided to be good guys?
No.
Why not?
Because you're gonna get all riled up, and I don't want that.
I'm not gonna get riled up. I'm gonna.
And don't be name dropping things. Just let it be.
Do what I want.
Just let it be, man.
Okay.
The Beatles are very intelligent. All right, they told you to let it be. Let it be. You know what I'm saying? So we have a picture of the good guys on here. Some of you young folk may not know what that is. So I'm going to make a little thing for the night. Anyone who can tell me what that poster is from gets a reward. I haven't figured out what that reward will be yet. I will decide at some point. But so the first person that can let me know what that poster is for or what it's from, you get something. So ready, go.
A Kit Kat.
I would not give away a Kit Kat. That's for
We don't even have any Kit
I
Kats
don't
to
have any
give
Kit
away.
Kats to give.
You can buy a Kit Kat.
Dalton's very excited about the reward. No, that's incorrect.
I don't know what that's from.
Yes, you do.
Don't I?
Dalton has guessed, but is incorrect. Ooh, that's the losing sound, in case you're wondering. But yeah, so we will be the Americans for that one. And then, what do we got for that? What do we got? You're not helping me here.
I think it's Battle of the
Oh,
Bulge.
Operation Arbitrage is actually first. But
Oh,
I'm thinking
yes.
we're probably going to ref that. But if we don't ref it, we'll be the good guys. I don't know what the teams are like on that one, so I can't really answer that. Then Bunker Hill. Have you decided yet officially who the good guys in that are? I have my idea.
No.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm
So,
wrong, apparently.
You're both wrong. It is indeed from. It's actually not just one movie. It's actually a series of movies. But there is an OG movie, certainly.
You're an
So-
OG movie.
What does OG stand for? What does that stand for?
It's supposed to be original. So it's O and then it's like origin.
Well, no, I mean I know what it is, but like, is it an acronym?
No, I think it's like okay, where
Okay.
you spell it as O and a K instead of
Alright, well,
how you actually
if anyone
spell
knows
okay.
what OG, like, I know what it means, obviously. I know the context of it.
But why they abbreviate
Yeah,
it
why
to
does it
OG?
abbreviate to OG? Is it a original gangster? What, like, what is it? Anyway, so Bunker Hill. So this is our question for that one. So obviously Bunker Hill is. Ooh, we have a winner! Whoop whoop! Congratulations, Minion!
Ah.
Congratulations! Did you Google that? Did you Google that, Minion? Because if you did, I mean, you're fine.
Okay.
I didn't say you weren't allowed to.
So OG
Uh-huh.
means original gangster
I thought so. Boom.
or old git.
Old Git. Okay.
G-I-T. Git. Git?
Git.
Git.
Old Git. Like an old lady that's stupid. An old Git. An old senile lady.
So yes. It means original gangster.
Okay. Anyway, yes, the answer is indeed Child's Play. That is correct. So Chucky was incorrect because Chucky
Is not the movie.
is neither the movie nor the child, the doll that's on the poster. Each, no, I looked through my movie list. Oh, okay. Each doll, each good guy, had its own name. There was Thomas, and there was Edward, and there was obviously Charles, or Chucky. So who that one is, I don't know. It doesn't say on there, but I can promise you it wasn't Chucky. So yeah, there's that, but it was from the movie Child's Play, not the movie Chucky. There was never a movie titled Chucky. There was like Chucky's Revenge or some shit, but Chucky was not the
I
answer.
have a very important question.
Yes.
Is this going to be Battle of Bunker Hill, like D-Day is the invasion of Normandy, or is it going to be Bunker Hill from Fallout? Because apparently that's a thing.
What's Bunker Hill from Fallout?
I don't know. It says when I googled Bunker Hill, Fallout was an option.
Well, I don't know what that is, but I do know that it's from the Revolutionary War. That's
no,
what it's based on.
I understand that, but is it based on the part of it that's a video game? Or
No,
is
it's
it
based on the war.
It's based on the actual war.
Yes, it's based on the battle from
I
the
thought
war.
we already discussed this when we were in the hot tub about who was technically the good
But
guys.
you never gave me an answer.
I did give you an
I
answer.
have my opinion, but before we give either of our opinions, we're going to present it to everyone that's on the line. Yes, I know Fallout is a video game. Her question was, is the scenario based on the game or on the battle? And my question is the Bunker Hill from Fallout based on the battle as well, or is it a separate thing? That is what I don't know. Yes, I know Fallout is a game. I'm not that old. Children.
It says it's an Institute main quest.
Okay,
Takes
so
place after the synth retention.
before either of us give our opinions, Bunker Hill is a place in one of the games. You go there for reenactment of the war. Okay, so it's based on the battle as well. Okay, so Bunker Hill, the scenario is based off of the battle, which BT dubs, just saying, there was no fighting on Bunker Hill. It happened on Breed's Hill, which they were close. You could see them from each other. But all the fighting happened on Breed's Hill, not Bunker Hill. Just saying. Anyway, getting back to the story here. What do you guys think? Who do you think is the good guys and who do you think are the bad guys? And don't give me... I mean, if that's your reason, then that's your reason. But, like, I don't want to say that the Americans are the good guys because we're America, yeah! No, why are they actually the good guys? Okay? So for anyone who doesn't know too much about the Battle of Bunker Hill, basically what it was is the war had not yet officially been declared yet. It was in 1775, so there was no Declaration of Independence or anything. but that's where you get the saying, "Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes." That's where that came from. I forget who the general was that said that. It wasn't a general. He was like a corporal, or no, he was higher than corporal. What's the? I don't think he was a general, but in any case, he was. That were the Americans that said that the rebels, they truly were rebels at that point. And the British Army was trying to quell that rebellion. They had taken over the city, and which was Boston, by the way, or New York. Was it Boston or New York? It was one of those two. It was the local city, whichever one that was. And all the Americans had, run back to this hill, and British went up
You
there.
know what I just realized? I gotta make a new flag. Sorry, yes, you can. I apologize.
Got up, going up the hill, and the British did win the battle strategically, and they pushed the Americans out of the area, but they lost a whole crap ton of people, and the Americans didn't lose very many. I think the British lost like 400, and the Americans lost like 13 or something. The numbers were crazy different, but overall the British won. So, who do you guys think were the good guys? Was it the British, who were trying to quell a rebellion of ingrateful bastards that wouldn't pay their taxes for being saved, and putting their mother country into crippling debt that almost bankrupted the entire nation, because they went, "Oh no, the French are attacking." I don't know why I went to that accent for that, and then wouldn't pay their bill? Or was it the good guys, the Americans, who said, "We don't like paying taxes, even though you saved us and we should pay you back, and we're going to shoot you because of it"?
I found the website for the scenario.
Yes, I've looked at it.
Oh, have you?
Uh-huh.
Because it tells you who you can register now.
Okay.
Also, it tells you the itinerary,
Okay.
the game points, and what's going to be raffled off.
Cool. Okay, so Minion, you have decided the Americans are the good guys, and it is because we wanted our independence from Great Britain due to all the taxes and tariffs on American goods. So I believe America is in the right.
I have the answer right here, though.
You have
Based on color.
The official answer.
Based on color, yes, I do.
What do you mean based on color?
Based on the color. So based on who is blue and who's red in all of the Mission Master games we play,
I have the answer on this registration
Okay.
website.
Well, anyway, so Minion, you say that the good guys are America because they didn't want to pay, or they were angry about the taxes and the tariffs. Okay, so I don't truly have a problem with thinking that. Let me ask you this. If you go into a store and you say, and you know the owner, you're good friends with the owner, and you say, "Hey, you know what, I lost my job. Can I have a carton of milk and I will pay you next week?" And he says, "Sure, absolutely. Take your carton of milk." So you get your carton of milk, and then next week you're in the store again, you've gotten a new job and everything, blah, blah, blah.
that was very quick. That 1 week.
Yeah, yeah, and you have some money now, and the store owner says, "Hey, that carton of milk that I gave you, it's actually kind of put me behind. I'm a little behind on my bills now. Can you please, pay me for
Hi, Clark.
you and everyone else? If you could pay me the bills that you owe me, so I can, pay my rent, that'd be great." And you say, "No," and then you pull out a gun and shoot him in the face. Do you still feel that you are the good guy? Hi, Clark. Clark's not listed as a participant. I'm very confused by this participant list.
I don't get it.
I don't understand the participant list. Yes, Clark, you say yes to what? Oh, you are the good guy. Clark, you are so behind right now.
Well, do you want to reveal what you and I think?
I think that they've probably already figured out who I think.
Well, I agreed with you.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I specifically remember because you were like, they were taking taxes, and you told me this whole long story, and I was like, then. You never told me who you thought was the good guy.
It's pretty obvious. In my opinion, my opinion is pretty obvious.
But can I go over the...
Well, that's only one answer. I still haven't gotten Dalton's answer.
Well, I won't reveal much. I won't reveal the good guy or the bad guy. But the generals are Taylor Castillo and Corey Bowman.
So Minion says, not necessarily. Like I said, though, America wasn't the cause of the war, so why should they fight and pay for a war they aren't involved in? Well, Minion, you are wrong on both accounts. So let's go over first the war they aren't involved in. They were very much involved in that war. That was the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War, depending on where you are. America is known as the French and Indian War, and Europe is known as the 7 Years' War. And basically that war was an American war. Even though it was between France and Britain, guess who the British were at the time? That's right, us. We were part of the British Empire. We consider ourselves British, and we were British. And basically what happened was France went, hey, that land that you think is yours, that's ours. Bang! And they shot them. And then a war started, and we went, oh no, Britain, help! Mama, come save me. So Britain sent over a crap ton of troops and said, F you, France, and some other nations got involved, like Spain and whatever. Some stuff happened, but it really actually was a world war, but that's neither here nor there. It was, yes, that was us. That was America. So they very much were involved in that, so you'd think they'd pay for it. And as far as the cause, let's see, they wasn't, like I said, though, America wasn't the cause of the war, so why should they fight? Which war are you talking about? Are you talking about the French and Indian War, or are you talking about the Revolutionary War together? When you say that America was not the cause of the war, so why should they fight? Do you mean, which war do you mean when you say that? So I can answer that properly. But Dalton still hasn't given his answer.
History by Daniel Andre.
Clark hasn't given his answer yet either, but he kind of missed the question, so...
Maybe they just don't care.
But I want input!
Well, while they're still churning, the two generals, again, are Taylor Castillo and Corey Bowman. Corey Bowman is a cutie.
Clark, the question is, who are the good guys in this year's game, Bunker Hill, which is based off the Battle of Bunker Hill? Is it the British or the Americans? Which side are the good guys?
These awards confuse me.
Okay, so Minion says French and Indian War, America 100% caused the Revolutionary War. I don't know about 100%, probably like 95%, but yeah, it was America's fault. French and Indian War, one could definitely argue that it was more France's fault, but it was, a lot of it was the Americans' fault too. It was pretty much half and half. They were both fighting over the same land, essentially, is what it was.
Dalton doesn't care. He's too busy building his IKEA.
He's too busy building his furniture. But it's kind of like they both laid claim to the land. Now, I'm not perfect on the details, but essentially, according to the laws back then, when you were coming to new places, whether it be islands or, in this case, North America, back when it was first being settled in the, late 1400s, early 1500s, that area. If you came over and planted your flag, that was your land for reaching a certain amount each, left and right, and all the way across to, the other ocean. So, for example, when they landed in Jamestown, they would have owned, that was Virginia, they would have owned, I don't know what the number is, let's say 50 miles north, 50 miles south, all the way over technically to the Pacific Ocean.
Loki,
And that's true of all 13 colonies. But the French disputed that, and they said that they owned.
Where's your toy?
Essentially, kind of like where the Ohio River is down, all the way down to the Mississippi River, and so on and so forth, down that way. And I forget what their reasoning was. They had legitimate reasons as to why it was theirs as well. And I think part of it was populated. Like, they actually were there using the land as opposed to the British who weren't there. And the Americans, like, when I say British, I mean the Americans, weren't in that land yet. And then, of course, you have the Native Americans who are all in there. And but who cares about them? Bloody Indians, get out of here. So, like, they both were legitimate in their... Well, we own it, and then they just ended up fighting, and British and French hated each other anyway, so you really can't blame one more than the other, as far as I can tell. And even if you can completely blame the French,
Sit down.
that still doesn't fix the fact that Britain saved America from that, otherwise they would have been taken over and been French at that point. And went bankrupt because of it. And meanwhile, by the way, a lot of people don't realize this: the standard of living in the colonies was much higher than in Britain. We were much wealthier, What am I trying to say? Much more well off. We were much wealthier than our counterparts back in Britain, so we could afford it. Wasn't Columbus a Spaniard? No.
No. Yes, he was.
He was an Italian.
They portray him as an Italian.
For Spain.
But there had to be two Christopher Columbuses because the one that was Italian was a cobbler, and would have never been married to the Portuguese princess, and it did not make any sense. I watched a specific documentary, so they think that Christopher Columbus was this Italian person. He was not Italian. Another Christopher Columbus might have been Italian, but he didn't discover America either.
No, the Vikings
He was
did.
in the Caribbean and murdered all those people.
Yes, but he discovered the Americas. But in any case, in answer to your question, wasn't Columbus a Spaniard? The history books or the mainstream will tell you, not even history books, just like the main accepted thing is that he was Italian, but sailed for the Spanish Empire. But Adriana is right. There are plenty of experts that believe that that's not true either. He was something else, and that's kind of what you're talking about. And she's not at all making that up. That is actually...
I'm not making
people
anything.
really do say that. I don't know enough about it, so I can't really speak towards it. France is good because they were there first and occupying it. Okay.
No, the Native Americans were there.
Yeah,
first.
the Indians were there long before anyone else. But, Clark, that comes into it nay, because they are not involved in this battle. It's either British or Americans.
Okay, so because we've gotten very off track, I'm bringing us back in.
Bring us back in. Bring it in. Bring it in, everybody. Bring it in.
So, this game will be played very much like, from my understanding, Mission Masters, where there are 4 missions, each a half hour, and then 3:30 you take a break, and you have the final battle that is an hour. Each team will have a secret mission. There will be 10 hidden items. If you find one, it earns you an extra giveaway ticket. The first and last battle are 20 points. Eliminating a general is 20 points. Game missions are 15 points, and a secret mission is 30 points. There are 4 awards. One of them is obviously for winning Battle of the Bulge. Then each team gets a MVP, and then you get an award for who traveled the farthest.
Wow, what do you mean who traveled the farthest?
It says...
Like, are they going to give us all Step counters?
Farthest traveled. So I'm assuming whoever came in from
I
the
I
farthest.
thought that meant like during the game, like they're gonna give us all pedometers, and whoever did the most steps wins.
They're still trying to sell hot cocoa for $1 on at Three Rivers, but based on colors alone. So, if you go to a Mission Masters or what you go to D-Day, red are the bad guys and red are the bad guys.
Not D-Day. We're always blue.
We are always blue. And I don't know. All I have to say is based on color alone.
You can't tell anything because certain ones are certain ones.
The Colonials are blue and the British are red.
That makes sense.
That's all I know.
That makes sense.
But Corey Bowman is a pretty good looking man. That's all I gotta say.
Minion, I have so many thoughts right now. So first, I just need you guys to tell me who you think are the good guys and who are the bad guys. And then I'm going to try to dissect what you're talking about.
Wait, I'm so... how...
Yeah, what are the Battle of the Bulge? Where did that even come from? She didn't say anything about Battle of the Bulge. I don't remember her saying Battle of the Bulge.
I might have said Battle of the Bulge.
Well, she meant Bunker Hill.
I meant Bunker Hill. I apologize if I said Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, Battle of the Bulge is definitely a different war.
This is also their biggest event of the year. They are giving away, like, their gifts, or not their gifts, their raffle are very nice. So the first raffle is a Vulcan Code Black, which looks very much like the Empire Mini.
Yeah.
I like it. Then a black and gold, this one's for you, Minion, a black and gold EVS.
Does it come with a HUD?
It doesn't say that, it just says EVS. Then
Well, she misspoke, Minion. Get over it.
a Grill V-Force vision system.
Yeah. How many prizes are there?
And then an Empire Z2 Prophecy Hopper. And then a Halo 2, as in extra, not the number hopper.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Cool. Some decent prizes there. Okay, so let's try to dissect some of here what Minion has decided to say. So why aren't we Celtic if the Vikings were here first?
Why aren't we Italian if
Eric,
an Italian guy was here first?
I have so many things to say regarding that. Let's go with the easy one first. What A-Dog just said. All right, so if Columbus really was the first person here and he's an Italian, why aren't we all of Italian whatever, whether it be speaking Italian or culture or whatever. Secondly, the Vikings were not Celtic. Where'd that come from? Yes.
This looks like the coolest scenario ever. It's called Winter Wars. Unfortunately, it is at Battlefront, but it's the Yeti versus Bigfoot.
Nice. Wait, they use the word Yeti, but then they also use the word Bigfoot? If you're going to say Yeti, you also have to say Sasquatch. Or you say Abominable Snowman and Bigfoot. You suck. I don't like it. Anyway, so yeah, Vikings were not Celtic. Celtic were part of the British Isles, so Ireland and Scotland mostly, where the Celtics were, or the Celts. Vikings were Norse. So your question, I guess, would be, so why aren't we Nordic if the Vikings were here first? The reason for that would be mostly because they were here for a little while and then left. So they sailed over to Iceland, and they sailed over to Greenland, and then they kept going and found Newfoundland. But they were only here for a little while. The colony they had, we're not sure exactly how long it lasted, but it didn't last that long, and then they ended up leaving. There are some theories that they actually made it farther inland than just northern or eastern Canada. That's not definitive by any means. But yeah, they weren't here long enough to really establish themselves and become, a thing. And that's basically why, we're not Nordic. But one could argue that we are kind of Nordic because Anglo-Saxon. Obviously, that's Saxon, and they were Nordic. So one could argue that the British culture is rather Nordic, and therefore American culture is also derived from the Nordic culture. So in a way, Eric, you are wrong on every possible way. From that sentence, you were so wrong that you could not have been wronger. And yes, I know that's not a word, but that's just how wrong you were. So, yeah, I hope you feel good about yourself now.
That was mean. That was real mean.
Well, he deserved it. You have to admit. He deserved it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not telling you. They have a very good website.
Okay. So, I've yet to get any other answers besides Minion's uninformed answer
He's a baby.
of
He can be
the Americans because of taxes.
He
Anyone
just
else?
now became important.
Loki. Hey, Loki. Why are you barking? Why are you
He's
barking?
excited.
What are you excited about, Pop?
You excited, baby? Are you excited?
Well, if you guys aren't going to give me any answers on who you think are the good guys or the bad guys, A-Dog and I have declared the British are the good guys. Why?
Yeah.
Because they were fully legitimate
They just
in
wanted
what
their
they wanted.
money.
SAT and ACT prep sucks. Hey, Minion, I'll trade you. I'll take your
I will
SATs.
gladly take the SATs.
I will
and the
take
ACTs.
your SATs, and you take my Series 65. I'll switch you. I'll take that any day of the week. You take my Series 65, I'll take your SATs.
$50 an hour, I'll tutor you in the SATs.
That's a good deal. She'll do it in Billy Madison style, so
Because
You'll-
that
you'll
did
learn pretty
so
good.
well for you
you'll learn pretty good.
in statistics.
You'll learn pretty good.
Oh,
But anyway, yes, so the
Our
British are the
youth.
good guys, and that is because
our youth.
they wanted the money that was due to them. Pretty simple.
Mm.
Yeah, they were like, we have in this IOU, you owe us money, can you give it to us? And then they got shot for it. So
Yeah.
they were fully legitimate in what they wanted,
But I don't think.
and they're good guys.
Okay.
You don't think what?
Based on the scenario, I don't think that they're the good guys.
That's because Americans are biased towards America.
Of course.
So I'm trying to look at it
But
from
we gotta figure it out, because if I gotta make a flag, I need to know which flag to make.
the British flag.
See the.
Now it's not the Union Jack though, because it's not the current Union Jack
They're
during that
showing
war.
the.
Yeah, well, they're
Union
wrong.
flag. But they have the right American flag. I'm assuming they have the right American
Because that's
flag.
more readily known in the United States. Let's see. I still want to know what my prize is, by the way. Eric, you have pissed me off. Well, not pissed me off. Pissed off is not the right term. You have shamed yourself into such a disparity
What? But
of
he's
dumbness
learning.
that you no longer deserve a prize.
That's mean. That's very mean.
And yet,
No,
True.
it proves a point how bad our school system is. But so he was wrong. You now educated him. He's now smart.
so this was the flag. It did not have the crossbars,
Oh,
the
okay.
X, the red X, and I think that's Northern Ireland. That's what the red X is, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I know that the T and the white background, the red T and the white background are England. I know the blue is from Scotland, and I think the current red X is Northern Ireland, and then Wales.
Loki,
is-
baby.
Wales is in there somewhere too. But in any case, this right here, that flag right there, is the British flag of 1775. So what you should do actually is
Yeah,
probably...
They do.
Yeah, you should totally message these guys and be like, BT dub, that is not the flag of Britain in 1775. Please correct.
I want to know what Taylor looks like. Do you think Taylor's a girl?
I don't know. She looks vaguely girlish in that background. They obviously don't have a picture of her.
The silhouette. Can I Google her? Him? I mean, it could be a him. Taylor's a boy's name, too.
It's both. It could be either one. Save image as. Just so everyone knows what I'm looking at, I'm going to put it up here. So let's see. Change that photo. to
Loki!
that. So this, everybody, is the actual British flag of the Revolutionary War. As opposed to today's modern British flag, which is this one right here. And let me put that up there. And image. And boopity-doo. So this is the one they're displaying on the website for the scenario.
Which is a very good website. And
Ooh, what am I doing? Ooh. So this is the flag they're showing, which is the current British flag, but this flag up here in the top left is the actual flag of 1775 for the British Empire. So, yeah, these guys need to go back to school.
I'm
Looks like
not
they did.
exactly sure where their headquarters are. They are having a scenario at Battlefront in like less than 20 days. And then they're having...
I was right. So the red cross is flag of England. The white X with blue is the flag of Scotland. And then Wales is considered part of England, I guess. But the red, the X came in later as part of Northern Ireland.
And they have I think they're doing a speedball event in Illinois. And then they have two other scenarios. Or not necessarily, one's not necessarily a scenario. Loki, baby, come here! In New York.
So I'm going to be an asshole right now just because I can.
Of course you are.
And I'm going to go on to the Facebook group. And I'm going to...
There's a video?
Yeah, it's just like a promotional video of stuff from the past. And I'm going to add this picture. And I'm going to put, hey, BT Dubs.
This is the correct flag?
This is the actual flag
For British?
of Britain, of the British Empire.
Loki!
In 1775,
How did you get that?
the year of the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Loki, baby.
Yeah, I know, I'm a tool, but there you have it anyway.
Thank you.
I still posted it.
Drop it.
What?
Oh, Loki.
Loki, come here. Should I bring tea to the event? And oh no, you're going to be hated. Dalton, I am going to be hated. I'm fully okay with it because people are stupid and they need to know that they're stupid. And Minion, if you want to bring tea, that's your prerogative, man. As long as when you drinking your tea, pinky
Loki.
extended. You must
Loki,
extend
come
your
here.
pinky whilst drinking tea. Everyone knows that. Apparently, school systems nowadays aren't teaching that though. Pinky extended, everybody, when you're drinking your tea. Okay, so you got your mug. All right, so you grab your mug by the cup, extend the pinky, and drink it. If you're not extending that pinky, not only are you incorrect overall, but also you could never pass off as British. The Brits know how to drink tea.
Not as well as the Japanese, though. Loki,
It's
come.
it's a different type of tea.
Come.
Different type of tea. So let's go ahead and... Loki, come here. Come here, Loki.
Here's a present for you.
What you got? How'd you get that, baby?
He
Drop it.
climbed into the sink.
Drop it.
Come here.
Drop it. Pivot. Pivot. So Dalton, you have yet to answer me. Who are the good guys, in your opinion? Despite the fact that Adrian and I have chosen, who in your opinion are the good guys?
We could have chosen Paul.
We could have chosen poorly.
Yeah.
You have chosen poorly. I'll get plastic teacups for everyone. Well, I don't like tea.
You wish you liked tea, though.
I do. I'm like, if I would like to like tea because apparently it's good for you. I just don't like
It's
it.
delicious.
So, if you bring hot choco for me, I'll drink that out of the teacup. And I prefer that you didn't bring plastic teacups. Bring real teacups.
I have hot cocoa tea, if you would like to try
What
that.
the hell is hot cocoa tea? The
It's
guys
hot
with the
cocoa
bigger
tea.
guns are the good guys. Well, then, that's the British.
There you go.
Ta-da! British indeed have won.
This man participates and he's not even on our team.
I know. He's down in the Carolina area. North Carolina.
North
Oh,
Carolina.
no, South Carolina.
I thought it was South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. Even farther south. Those South Carolinians, man, back in the day. I mean, nowadays still they're a little temperamental, but
Back in the day.
back in the
Loki,
day that
baby,
we're
come.
talking about in the Revolutionary War
Ah,
times,
that. Loki, baby.
they were so temperamental. There were like 3 states
Get down, sweet boy.
that were really like stop being such a douche. And sadly, Pennsylvania was one of them. New York was the other, and South Carolina. They were the worst, man.
They kind of still are the ones.
No, they're not the worst. They're
Not
pretty
South
bad.
Carolina necessarily.
But yeah, South Carolina, man, they just were like, nah, we like where we are, so we're just gonna, like, we're okay with being independent. We're totally cool with independence, but we're gonna let y'all do the fighting. That was pretty much their stance. What does he have now?
I don't know what he has now. I don't know what he's doing. Loki.
Yeah, so there's that. But New York, they were, in some ways, they're just bad, if not worse, because the reason that 4th of July is our Independence Day is because everyone else signed it the July 3rd and 2nd, or 2nd and 3rd.
Technically, it didn't get placed into effect until the 2nd of August.
But it didn't get signed by the last representatives in New
What do
York
you have?
until July 4th, because they, just didn't really want to, for whatever reason. Anyone who has not watched the HBO miniseries called John Adams with Paul Giamatti, I highly recommend it. It's a very good show. It's like 8 episodes long, I think. It's very good, and it'll give you a lot of this information, so you should watch it. It's pretty good. But yeah, so there you have it. That's about all I had to rant about today. Anyone have anything they want to talk about? Hey, look, what you doing?
He's grabbing socks.
Hey, look, what you doing?
Being bad, Dad, what are you doing?
Being bad.
Being bad
Being
to
bad.
the bone.
Bad to the bone. It still says Dalton and Nina are the only participants. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I just don't get it.
What does it say down there where it says trending?
New PE gun. There's 5 people watching. It just doesn't tell us who those 5 people are. No, new PE gun as in what do I feel of the new PE gun, or you're looking into getting a new PE gun and you're wondering what to get. And by new PE gun, do you mean the EMEC with the PALS system, or are you talking about the new speedball gun that I don't know anything about? Yeah, she's gonna make a flag just like she made those ones. She's gonna paint it. It's gonna be beautiful. But if you want to make one, Minion, please do. Go right ahead. Heard they were gonna release something new, extravaganza.
Loki!
I
Stop
do
it.
believe you are correct in the rumor of that, but I don't know anything about it, so I really can't give you any input on what I feel about it because I don't know anything about it. Other than Planet Eclipse makes good guns, so I'm sure it'll be a good gun. That's all I got for you on that one. Loki, stop chewing on clothes. You have 18,000 toys around here. You gotta chew on our clothes. Well, don't cry about it. Anyone else have anything? Anybody? Anybody at all? Anything I can actually talk about? Something I know a little bit about?
It's been an hour. It's ice cream time.
Is it ice cream time? Do you have ice cream to have?
I'm gonna have some now.
No. That's mine.
I bought it. I can do whatever I want.
You bought it with my money.
How do you know it's your money?
Because you used my credit card. That makes it my money.
Obviously, that credit card says my name on it.
It's attached to my account. If I cancel mine, yours gets canceled automatically.
Okay.
And I have power.
Okay,
I could
fine.
cancel yours if I wanted to because it's
Okay.
mine. Also, when the bill gets paid, it comes out of my account. Take Loki for a walk and have a good night, I guess. Loki doesn't want to go for a walk. It's raining pretty hard, and he doesn't like the rain.
Yeah, he didn't like the rain today.
He did go away. He ran away from mommy today, but he usually doesn't like the rain. He loves the snow,
He's
but he does not like the
probably
rain.
upset that I made him walk.
But everybody, have a good night. I apologize there was not a video yesterday. There should be next week. There's nothing really stopping me from doing it.
Studying.
Well, yeah, studying, but I should have a video up next week. And so, have a good night, everybody.